Hello there, Aquarius, and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I am a transformative life coach and abundance consultant. I help you to work on yourself. I have an intuitive message for you about your journey this week. Our message from the animals, we have the bull, sacrifice. This is a very strong energy card. Messages with this animal and with this card are the idea of sacrifice, of having to give up something for the bigger picture, the greater good. But to be very aware of when that sacrifice is teetering towards martyrdom. If you feel like you're a martyr in a particular situation, this bull card is asking you to take a different view and a different approach, because martyrdom, that's another video, but that is not a choice that's really going to help you here. You need to feel that you are in control of what you are surrendering and why you are surrendering. Okay, let's get started with your cards. Our first card, we've got the Fool. So we're starting the week with a little bit of a shakeup. The energy being a little bit fresh, a little bit new, and possibly a little bit shocking. This is an energy where you feel as though the journey and the path is completely new. We're starting something from scratch, and you may not really have a handle of where it's going. But this is a time to have that trust, that blind faith in whatever feels good to have blind faith in, whether it's yourself, your higher self, your angels, your guides, the universe. This card is really encouraging you to tap into that blind faith. Okay, beneficial energy, Six of Wands, and let's look at your challenging energy, the Lady. Okay, couple different interpretations and meanings coming through here. What is going to help you in your week is this willingness to be a leader amongst collaborators, willingness to step forward. Our Six of Wands is, he's out in front, he's got everything he needs, he's showing the way. Being willing to step out and you're not putting others down by stepping out, but you are showing up in a different way. Our Fool card is walking right into that Six of Wands card. So you're showing up in a different way. Now, I want to connect it to our bull here, because when you don't show up, then it feels like you're at the mercy of the situation, and that's the martyrdom. The Fool card can go both ways. You know, the Fool can be an exciting new journey of faith, but it can also be just a journey that happens at the mercy of outside forces and you have no control over it. And while that's true of all our realities to some extent, it's also not true, because the more connection and alignment you have to your higher self, the more you realize that these situations aren't putting you at the mercy of them. They're really putting you at the control of them in a way that asks you a question, which is, how are you going to show up here? Are you going to show up and make the best of this and pull everyone up to the highest vibration possible? Or are you just going to give up and be at the mercy of what's in front of you? The higher self puts us in control of situations to have a choice. Bear with me with the language for a second here. Okay, yes, energy happens out of our control, but our higher self puts us in situations so that we can choose. Do we show up as a victim, or do we show up as a leader? Do we show up disempowered? Do we show up empowered? Because the higher self has our growth at heart, and we are trying to sacrifice ourselves to that growth. But part of that process is deciding which way you're going to step out. Now, I want to go to the energy that holds you back. Okay, my guides are saying to start with the emotionality of this card. You notice how in this card, everything is connected? She's touching her throne, and her throne is touching the ground, and her feet are touching the ground, and the water's flowing. So in this card, there's no separations, there's no boundaries. And this means that everything is touching. Emotions are touching each other. Everyone's energy is overlapping, right? And the lady energy can also mean a misuse of power, but it's misuse of creative power. The power that goes with that second chakra, where all of our creative organs are, if you get my drift. All of our reproductive organs are with that chakra. And in order for the next chakra up, the solar plexus chakra, to be open, and that is our empowerment, it needs to be on a firm ground with the sacral chakra. So let me just display this another way. We've got the sacral chakra, which is your creativity and flow and emotions. And then above that, you have empowerment of the self. Now, if this chakra is unsteady, then this chakra is also going to be unsteady. So we need this to be firm in order for your empowerment to also be firm. So this is about paying attention to the world that you are creating with your emotions. If your emotions are loss and frustration and fear, then you know that you are on the martyrdom side of things, where you feel like you don't have control over your situation. You don't have control. If your emotions are calm and power and, okay, we're going to figure this out, or that joyful expectation that everything is going to work out for you, then you know that you're on the right side of this card here. All right, leaders don't emerge when everything is going well, because what would be the point, right? Leaders emerge when systems are breaking down and people are floundering. That's when leaders emerge. And this is a very precarious time for us globally as well as individually, because with so much instability, there is a chance for negative leadership to take control, right? However, there's equally a chance for positive leadership to take control, and we start this by shifting where we are in our own spheres, in our own lives. Let me continue this message a little bit more. 3 of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so ultimately your fulfillment is going to be found in a different path, in a different journey than you, or a different stage of the journey than you seem to be on right now. 3 of Wands is sometimes travel, and it is also taking a different journey, looking out for different possibilities, different journeys. If you are contemplating a shift of employment, a shift of location, these cards bode very well. This is a good omen that your fulfillment will be found there. It's a little ways off. It's a long, when I say it's a long ways off, because the 10 of Pentacles, that energy takes some time to accrue. However, it is it's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It's waiting for you to take this journey and take this step. But you need to be stepping forward. I love how these all go together. Look at this. It's amazing. We have the new journey. The leader emerges. The leader sees a new direction, and then ultimately that new direction pays off. Okay, so everything is unfolding as it should, but understand that every situation, even if it feels out of control, is a little nudge from your higher self asking you, how are you going to show up here? This is your free will choice. You can take the bull by the horns, or you can let those horns gore you. Okay, a bit of a strong message there, but I'll say it with a smile on my face. All right, Aquarius, thank you so, so much for joining me and for sharing your time and energy. I have not created the infrastructure behind what I'm about to tell you, but I do want to mention that I've got some new solstice and New Year's readings, completely new spread, very excited. It's basically everything you would want to know about your year coming up. So be on the lookout for information about that, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good one.